to look that up.
Gotcha. That's pretty cool. Yeah, so we learned a lot about the mechanics. Dancing lights is concentration. That's interesting. So
Which I've
like,
always hated. Like, dancing lights is
uh,
so much cooler than light, but people don't use it because it's concentration.
yeah, yeah, we were joking that like, it's like starting a disco in the dungeon and the DJ has to concentrate,
Hmm.
in order to like not miss the segues and the cues and stuff. But yeah, it's yeah, dancing lights is a lot of fun. So yeah, so we continued to search the ship. We fought ettercaps and large spiders, and then we came to this room where there was like a bunch of like, I don't know. I was thinking of it as like egg cases that were
Mm.
on a wall, but no, it turns out there's some kind of fiendish property to them because, again, the paladin was able to do something, divine sense, or it was the wizard maybe was able to cast detect magic. It was one of the two of them. I can't remember which
He
one.
had divine sense up,
No, divine sense was up
and he got it's interesting. The boat is like just over 60 feet. So he got the undead, but he didn't get the demons
on
on
the
the other
first
side of
one.
in the bow. Yeah, in the
Yeah,
bow.
yeah,
Hmm.
interesting.
So I gave it to him because I wasn't quite sure. I said cocoons, which is still not quite the word.
Right.
But you guys were thinking egg sacs based on my like, because I try to like get descriptive with things. I don't just spell it out sometimes because it's more interesting. But occasionally, uh, there's a gap between what I mean and what I say and what you hear and interpret it to be, especially with five people at the table in a noisy room. So I'm always quick to clarify. If the player is thinking something that the character would know better, I always try to intervene. I like mysteries. I like the possibility for multiple answers to questions. However, if the player characters would understand something that I have failed to get the players to understand, I'm always going to, even to the degree of breaking immersion, make sure that it's clear to the players what's going on.
Well, we had just uh, gone through a bunch of rooms with various size spiders and a lot of spider silk. So I think that's where it came from. Plus,
Yeah.
I just rewatched like one of the first episodes of Delicious in Dungeon
Mm,
where there's a big egg case. And so that's kind of what was in my mind. But
yeah.
that has nothing to do with your description. It has entirely to do with my imagination of the events. But that's a good point to emphasize for people, for DMs. Each player is gonna have a little bit of a different understanding of what's going on, even when the five of us were planning on what we were going to do when we found the hole in the floor to the next deck, the lowest deck, which is presumably where the treasure is that we need to, the object that we need to go get, the MacGuffin. And we're looking down there, we're making a plan, but as we're making a plan, people are thinking about what they're going to do on their turn. And so the plan starts to change. And so literally people are rearranging the figurines on the hex map, physically. And at one point there's some confusion because Patrick says to me, like, why are you over there? Are you going to be over there? I thought you were going to, and I'm like, no, 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 I'm over here.
Hmm.
Somebody just moved the actual little figurine. But and then um the sorcerer was going to cast fairy fire, which was going to give us all advantage on attacks if the creatures fail their dexterity saving throw. But then he says, no, I'm going to cast light on this guy's boots so that we can all see down there. And so, you know, there's variations, people, there's a plan and then the plan goes awry. And that's what happens in real life anyway.
Yes.
So that makes it more fun. But, when you try to get two people to agree on something, and then you add a third, and now there's five, and so at one point, you as the DM are like, okay, what order are you going to do these things? Okay, we need to have an action order, right? So basically, you let us determine our initiative order, but which makes sense if you're planning something like this.